It's immersion time. I'm Lindsay Anderson, and let's dive into a rural faith community nursing initiative, the design and implementation of a united ecumenical health ministry. Below, you can see all my team. My doctoral project is grounded in Zebarth's 2014 theoretical underpinnings from the study Evolutionary Conceptual Analysis Faith Community Nursing, where she provides a new conceptual framework model for faith community nursing, which I have enlarged from the picture on your right to see the faith community nursing FCN essential concepts driving my project. At the core is the interactive relationship between me as a new faith community nurse and my client, the rural Western Illinois community surrounding Alexis, Illinois, whereby over time, through targeting faith communities or those within the community seeking my help to achieve optimal holistic health care will occur. The all-encompassing internal intentional faith integrating FCN essential continuously occurs in all the operations, as you can see. The external essential, such as health promoting, disease managing, coordinating, empowering, and accessing healthcare, are applied within the project's design, intervention, and evaluation. A diagram of each phase of the project can be seen below. Currently, I am in the action phase of writing a proposal and charter that provides a blueprint for the project's purpose, outcome measures, and 2 categories of process measures. The first process measure category is coordinating the efforts of all stakeholders involved in the DNP project milestones in the spring semester starting in January and ending in May. Additionally, registration begins in October for the annual Westburg Symposium in mid-April that I will be attending. Currently awaiting a response if I could present my doctoral project poster at that event as well. The second category of bylaw coordinating process measures dives deeper into the establishment of the Foundation's bylaw concepts listed in green below, such as governance structure, membership meetings, finances, and so forth, that will be voted on and adopted no later than January 31st because the bylaws must be approved in January to initiate proceedings with a local lawyer who's agreed to provide legal assistance in establishing the ministry's 5013C status. Why is a nonprofit health ministry needed for this intervention? Primarily because of the requests outpouring from the community at large for access to a holistic healthcare center that is greatly needed within and around Alexis since the town's rural health clinic closed down in 2006. Alexis, known as the home of the Clydesdales and the custom-made fire emergency vehicles, is split by Mercer County and Warren County and divided into 4 townships pictured here. The buy-in is noteworthy as multiple potential donors have already requested how to contribute donations, such that even one potential donor pledged to match the price and an extra 25% of what funding was needed to establish the ministry's first project. Being unable to accept donations currently at this time and requests to build a sustainable program ready to hold future grants and contributions, a nonprofit is needed to essentially such that all charitable organizations that solicit or hold donations in Illinois are required to register with the Attorney General's office. An ecumenical nonprofit is needed due to the limited size of the local congregations, where we have 12 to 40 adults, and the need for pooled church resources, such that those who want to establish as a consolidated multi-denominational effort to improve healthcare within our community is available. And therefore, 3 churches out of the 7 nearby, Zion Baptist, Zion Lutheran, Village Baptist, and Alexis United Presbyterian, have joined this endeavor. Lastly, safe healthcare is needed, and I have heard countless testimonies and experienced it myself. When needing 911 emergency assistance, calls within or nearby Alexis are intercepted by the either or county's dispatchers. When I called 911 in April at Village Baptist Church, the incident prompted me to look into CPR training and getting an AED in churches, as not one of the churches out of the 7 nearby have an AED or a safety plan. When calling 911 the second time at Zion Lutheran Church in July, a member that was showing signs of a heart attack in North Henderson, Mercer County, the call was intercepted by a Warren County operator who was unable to transfer the call to the 911 dispatcher for the where we needed to release the emergency services to our church's location. I had to disconnect and call directly the specific county sheriff department to get the ambulance volunteers alerted to our church's emergency. Precious time to consider when taking into consideration all the volunteers to coordinate and to get the ambulance to come. Upon praying for a way, I happened to see an article where a local health organization donated AEDs to churches, and that's what led me to checking the OSF and Unity Points website for church assistance programs. I found out there's such a thing as faith community nursing. I was the only one I felt like who knew about this in my area. Only one other person at one other local church knew about faith community nursing upon the 7 that I questioned. And then also further questioning my cohort that I'm going to school with, only one knew of parish nursing, but did not know about faith community nursing, and no one knew of any faith community nurse or where they practiced. This was an issue as the knowledge gap. We don't even know this exists. And also, when calling and trying to find out parish nursing or faith community nursing, I was able to find 2 spots, but one is in Peoria, one is in Moline, very far away, and the services that you reach and call for never get back to you. And the number on the left, for instance, calls and you get a wrong number, and it's a cardiac doctor, and you leave a message and never hear anything. So all of this was super adding to the problem because I wanted to create this program and go and get a faith community nursing specialization, and I couldn't find a class. Luckily, I happened onto Westberg Institute under the events portion and found a virtual class. The gap continued as I was taking the class, and I asked, where are our budgets, or how do we make bylaws? Because I knew at the forefront I was going to have to create an ecumenical health ministry, and I was unable to get the resources I needed as we were going through the classes. And this was an issue, even though we were given countless amazing resources, phenomenal. I will rave and rave about the foundations course that I took with Central Care, and I just still needed the assistance. And so that is what is leading this, to help other faith community nurses be able to start a ministry and know the bylaws and the budget needed, as those were not provided. The first step in the process was getting out a needs survey in the community to see what the people wanted, because I wanted to design a ministry that was designed by everyone and for everyone. And it showed that most of our participants were going to be 60 plus years, and that most of them, if not over half of them, are obese, and that there was multiple faiths that were interested in attending programs. So you couldn't just do just within the 3 churches that were already interested. I had to do community outreach as we wanted to include and interact with different faiths. Also, most of the people are retired and they needed free programs. And a lot of the other rural areas are interested in participating in these. So we needed to open it up to the whole community. The needs survey showed that the 3 leading needs were an exercise program, a support group, mental health resources, and meal prep nutrition. You can see what health education topics the needs survey showed, those being the most cardio exercises and strength training exercises. Continuing with the needs assessment, it is shown on the right from the Likert scale that we used, that the 1 or 2 responses from members showed a need for improvement, and the largest ones were the nutrition, exercise, and access to care. First and foremost, it's access that we are trying to establish first. You can see here that with the Alexis, it's according to the health needs assessment that I did over the summer. The Mercer County, Warren County are from countyhealthrankings.org, comparing Illinois as well. So the access, you can see we have no providers in Alexis whatsoever. It is 36 miles to 66 miles to the Quad Cities or Peoria, where you can get higher level of care, as the resources nearby in Monmouth and Galesburg are termed Band-Aid stations by the locals. And there's no mental health providers near here. So there are also only registered dietitians in those areas. It's such a distance to get the need. And also, if you see, we have such physical and mental distress here. Moving forward, the same results are from the survey and the county health rankings, but it shows here also that Alexis is a need, and we have a huge amount of people that are obese, not physically active, have no exercise opportunities, and have limited access to foods, as we have no grocery stores, just a Dollar General here. And you know how the food is in Dollar General. It's like our little Walmart here, but still, it's lacking. So we could do a community garden, and we could create exercise walking programs and do nutrition and meal planning and a whole bunch of activities, health activities geared to obesity and smoking. Also, the more stats, it shows that 50% of driving deaths related to alcohol are in Mercer County, and that we have almost more than double the amount of suicides versus Illinois in Mercer County as well. So definitely a need. Ultimately, we're going to plant a mustard seed to heal so many, starting with the most essentials that are needed. You need soil, you need the seed, you need the sunshine and the rain. So, starting at the foundation, the very core is creating the bylaws for this ministry, creating the nonprofit, planting that seed. The nonprofit you can see here, the United Ecumenical Health Ministry, at the center of Shalom, which means the holistic caring and healing within oneself, within others, and the whole community. So really encapsulating and bringing together that all the townships in a united ecumenical effort to heal this area. With the bright future coming and shining down through the efforts of all those praying for this ministry, as well as the raindrops of all those who are volunteering with this ministry. Lastly, what questions do you have for me? Are you curious what success will look like? Well, it's when everyone hears about the amazing faith community nursing endeavors that are possible within nursing, as this is a specialty not many know about within this area. Did you know about it before I started talking about it with you today? How will it be measured? For instance, we're going to make an evaluation that enlists all of the attributes and signals within faith community nursing within a QR code. But you can see here, this is one such type that we will do, and we will print it on public newspapers, flyers, bulletin boards, and have it at the presentations during coffee chats after church. What questions do you have for me now? Are you curious about the future vision of the ministry? Here are some future plans. Want to learn more? We're having coffee chats after church every Sunday at 11:15, open to the public. Curious about the volunteers? Here's all the ways that you can. That's it. Thank you for your time. And if you have any more questions or think of something later, please always feel free to reach out at the United Ecumenical Health Ministry Facebook page or the email unitedecumenical health ministry@gmail.com. That's listed there as well. Thank you.